Affectionately referred to as the archipelago of 1,000 islands, Indonesia is a place where every moment feels like an adventure waiting to unfold. While it is well known for Bali, a haven for relaxation, and as the home of beautiful and talented women, this country is also a popular choice among travelers and retirees due to its appealing cost of living, which is roughly 30% of that in the United States. Indonesia takes pride in its rich culture and age old traditions, yet it also has a vibrant, modern vibe filled with, filled with unique and fascinating stories about the nation. Join us as we delve into life in Indonesia in today's travel documentary. Indonesia is not only called the archipelago of 1,000 islands, but is also likened to an emerald gem right on the equator, thanks to the vibrant green of its lush rainforests. Spanning an area of 1,900 to 7,540 square kilometers, Indonesia ranks as the fourth largest country in Asia and is home to nearly 285 million people, as per the latest statistics from 2024. Bahasa Indonesia is the national language used in schools and state owned enterprises, as well as in the media. However, Indonesia is home to over 700 different indigenous languages from more than 1,300 tribes, which means many Indonesians are bilingual, speaking their native language at home and the national language elsewhere. Due to its location along the equator, Indonesia enjoys a tropical monsoon climate, characterized by distinct wet and dry seasons. Indonesian women are celebrated not just for their natural beauty, but also for their cultural elegance. Traditional attire such as the kebaya, las aude, and batik skirts not only flatter their figures but also reflect the rich cultural diversity of the nation. The kebaya is a traditional dress for Indonesian women, originally donned by nobility and royalty since about the 15th century. Over the years, it has gained popularity in everyday life and is now regarded as the national costume for women in Indonesia. To complete the kebaya look, accessories like brooches, rings, bracelets, necklaces, and earrings are crucial. Traditional clothing is often worn during cultural festivals, anniversaries, significant national occasions, and weddings. Furthermore, an Indonesian airline has adopted a modernized kebaya as the uniform for its female flight attendants. However, in urban centers and among the younger generation, modern and more casual clothing is increasingly preferred, showcasing the impact of globalization and Western fashion. Indonesian women are admired for their healthy, radiant skin, striking large eyes, and thick black hair, embodying grace and charm. They are resilient and independent, successfully managing both work and family obligations. A growing number of Indonesian women are making strides in their careers and enhancing their social status. For instance, Sri Mulyani Indrawati, the Minister of Finance of Indonesia, is a notable figure in this regard. She is not just one of the most powerful women in Indonesia, but also a prominent figure in the global finance sector, having occupied important roles at the World Bank. Around 32% of Indonesian women have a university degree. The 2020 Global Gender Gap Report ranks Indonesia 85th out of 153 countries in gender equality, indicating significant progress in recent years, especially in commerce and business. Indonesia also observes Kartini Day on April 21st every year, celebrating the contributions of Indonesian women. In 2019, to mark the 140th anniversary of Kartini Day, 25,000 women from Central Java dressed in traditional attire performed a synchronized Rabana drumming session and sang Our Mother Kartini. This performance set a new record with the Indonesian World Record Museum, MURI. Additionally, with modernization, more and more Indonesian girls are keen to connect with foreign friends or marry foreigners, particularly American and European men. According to the Indonesian Statistics Bureau, the trend of Indonesian women marrying foreigners has been increasing in recent years, especially in major cities like Jakarta, Surabaya, and Bali, where there is a notable foreign presence. As of 2023, nearly 13,000 women married foreigners that year alone. While some connections are made through expat life in Indonesia, Around 40% of these relationships develop through networking events and social media platforms like Facebook or online dating apps. These days, well-known dating apps like Tantan, Bumble, and Tinder are becoming quite popular among Indonesian girls. If you want us to share some tips on how to make friends and connect with beautiful girls in Indonesia, please leave a comment with the number 8 below. We'll provide you with the answers. Indonesia is home to the world's largest flower. The Rafflesia arnoldi, commonly known as the corpse flower, is one of the rarest biological wonders on earth. This flower is famous for its enormous size, reaching up to 1 meter in diameter and weighing over 10 kilograms. Another striking feature of the Rafflesia arnoldi I is its strong, foul odor, resembling the smell of rotting flesh. It emits this distinctive scent to attract insects like flies, which help in pollination. The Rafflesia lacks leaves, stems, or roots, and survives entirely as a parasite on host plants in the tropical forests. Indonesia, particularly the rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo, is the natural habitat of this extraordinary species. Despite its unpleasant smell, the Rafflesia is a symbol of Indonesia's incredible biodiversity. It has become an emblem of the mysteries and richness of the country's tropical jungles. However, due to deforestation and habitat destruction, the Rafflesia arnoldii is becoming increasingly rare. Finding a blooming Rafflesia requires patience, experienced local guides, and sometimes a bit of luck. Moreover, the flower's blooming period is very short, lasting only a few days before withering. This fleeting nature makes witnessing the flower an unforgettable and precious experience. Beyond its ecological importance, the Rafflesia serves as a powerful reminder of the urgent need to protect our natural ecosystems. Visiting the untouched forests where this flower resides is truly a magical journey for any nature enthusiast and explorer. Next, I would like to take you on a journey to Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia, which is a vibrant and diverse destination filled with many famous tourist spots and exciting entertainment venues. Kota Tua, or Old Town Jakarta, serves as a gateway to the rich history and colonial heritage of Indonesia's capital. Located in North Jakarta, Kota Tua was once the bustling heart of Batavia, the capital of the Dutch East Indies. Today, this historic district stands preserved as a living reminder of Jakarta's past, offering visitors an immersive experience in its architectural beauty, rich culture, and timeless charm. The center of Kota Tua is Fathahillah Square, a spacious area encircled by colonial-style buildings. The square is always lively, with visitors enjoying street performances, art exhibitions, and numerous food stalls. The cobblestone streets and vintage street lamps create a nostalgic atmosphere, transporting you back to the 17th century. Surrounding the square are notable attractions like the Jakarta History Museum, located in the old Batavia City Hall, which showcases Jakarta's transformation from a small port to a bustling metropolis. Another must-visit place after your tours is Cafe Batavia, situated in a historic building with wooden interiors and classic photographs, offering a stylish, nostalgic vibe. Visitors can hire colorful vintage bicycles to explore or take leisurely walks through small markets in search of crafts and antiques. The capital also boasts a unique cultural aspect that's integral to the daily lives of its locals, the coffee culture. Here, coffee shops serve not just as spots to enjoy a drink, but also as social hubs for friends to gather, creative workspaces, and venues for cultural events. Have you ever tasted a cup of coffee made from beans that have passed through a civet's digestive system? That's Kopi Luwak, one of the costliest coffees globally. Additionally, Indonesia takes pride in its traditional Kopi Tubruk and rich Kopi Tarik, each offering distinct flavors that leave a memorable impression. People not only relish but also appreciate the original coffee beans sourced from across Indonesia, like Gayo, Toraja, and Java, showcasing the unique aromas from each region. Coffee is more than just a beverage, it acts as a bridge between generations, linking tradition and modernity. making it an essential part of life as the afternoon draws to a close with a fragrant cup of coffee. Exiting the narrow lanes takes you into a completely different world, where the hustle and bustle of traffic and vibrant lights create a lively atmosphere. The first thing you notice while walking through the streets is the night market and Pechenongan Street Market, which is a must visit when exploring Jakarta at night. Situated in the heart of the capital, Pechenongan is renowned for its wide array of street food, especially fresh seafood and local delicacies. Often dubbed Jakarta's food paradise at night, this bustling street features numerous stalls, small eateries, and food carts serving a variety of delectable dishes. The area comes alive with vibrant neon lights, the sizzling sounds of cooking, and enticing aromas wafting from the stalls, creating a lively ambience that appeals to both locals and visitors alike. Would you like some advice on navigating the night market? To truly enjoy the market experience, it's best to go after 7 p.m. when the atmosphere gets vibrant and the food is always fresh. Do remember to bring cash, as credit cards aren't accepted here. Opt for busy stalls as they indicate quality and popularity. And always confirm prices before ordering, especially for seafood, since prices can fluctuate based on weight. Indonesia boasts a vibrant expatriate community, particularly concentrated in major cities like Jakarta, Bali, and Surabaya. With its diverse nationalities, this community fosters a rich, multicultural environment. The cost of living in Indonesia is considerably lower than in many developed countries, but it varies depending on the city and individual lifestyle. Areas such as Jakarta and Bali have higher living costs, while smaller cities tend to be more budget-friendly. Expats can find a wide range of job opportunities, particularly in sectors like English teaching, tourism, and information technology. Teaching English is the most common profession, whereas the technology sector is growing rapidly and attracting international talent. To live and work in Indonesia, it is essential to obtain a visa and work permit. The application process can be quite intricate and requires careful preparation. Nevertheless, with reasonable expenses, varied opportunities, and a rich cultural heritage, Indonesia presents itself as an appealing destination for the expatriate community. If you wish to connect with fellow expatriates, please leave a comment with the number 7 below, and we will share information on how to network with foreigners here. Leaving behind the city's chaos, I make my way to Bali to immerse myself in nature, relishing the expansive blue beaches and tropical forest. Bali, known as the Island of the Gods, boasts breathtaking landscapes with its long stretches of white sandy beaches, lush green rice terraces, and majestic volcanoes. In Bali, you will be surrounded by refreshing natural beauty, enjoying the cool sea breezes as you explore the island's untouched charm. Its rice terraces evoke a poetic allure, resembling vibrant paintings with the bright green of young rice plants and the golden hues of mature grains. Moreover, Indonesia is well known for its numerous large and small islands, with Sumatra, the sixth largest island in the world, being a fantastic destination for those who appreciate nature and culture. One of the jewels of Sumatra is Lake Toba, the largest volcanic lake globally, which features Samosir Island at its heart, home to the distinct Batak Toba culture. Visitors can enjoy swimming, kayaking, and discovering traditional villages on the island. For wildlife enthusiasts, Gunung Leuser National Park in northern Sumatra is a must-visit. It is one of the most biodiverse reserves where one can encounter the rare Sumatran orangutan, along with many other wild animals. Bukit a town nestled between two volcanoes, is famed for the traditional Rumah Gadang architecture of the Minangkabau community and local delicacies such as rendang. Trekking through the lush tropical rainforest here provides opportunities to see orangutans, elephants, rhinos, and various unique bird species. Additionally, Padar Island is regarded as a paradise within Komodo National Park, It is famous for its three beaches of different colors: white, black, and pink. The unique pink beach is created by a blend of red coral and white sand, offering a striking hue that is hard to find elsewhere. These beaches are perfect for relaxation, swimming, or photography, with crystal clear waters enhancing the paradise like allure. The main attraction of Padar Island is undoubtedly the breathtaking view from the top of the hill. While trekking along the trails, visitors get to experience wide ranging vistas of the undulating hills and beautiful crescent shaped beaches merging with the blue waters. This viewpoint is among the most renowned in Indonesia, ideal for snapping unforgettable photographs. When you are in Indonesia, be sure to explore the unique and captivating festivals celebrated here. One particularly significant and sacred festival for Hindus in Bali is Nyepi, or the Day of Silence, which marks the new year as per the Saka calendar. Celebrated every March, Nyepi holds profound significance for soul purification, cleansing of negative energies, and restoring harmony between humans and nature. The festivities kick off with the Ogo Ogo ceremony on the eve of Nyepi, where people parade large demon effigies that represent evil spirits through the streets. These effigies are then set ablaze to dispel bad luck, paving the way for a peaceful new year. On the actual Nyepi day, the entire island of Bali observes absolute silence for a full 24 hours. All activities come to a standstill. No one steps outside, electricity is not used, and there is no noise whatsoever. Airports shut down, streets lie empty, and the entire island is enveloped in a rare sense of calm. Following Nyepi, the locals engage in small ceremonies to welcome the new year, exchanging good wishes and traditional dishes with their families. For both the Balinese and visitors, Nyepi is a special occasion for reflection, meditation, and enjoying the unique peace found on this island. Interestingly, not many people know that in Indonesia, eating with hands is quite common, right? Have you ever wondered why people here prefer to eat with their hands rather than using cutlery? Eating with one's hands is viewed as a way to connect directly with the food, fully experiencing its flavors and textures. In Indonesia, this practice, known as makan tangan, is not just a method of enjoying a meal but also a distinctive cultural expression. It is prevalent in regions like Sumatra and Java, where there is a belief that eating with hands fosters a deeper connection with the food. This custom is often observed with traditional dishes like nasi padang or pachal, where rice, side dishes, and sauces are combined by hand. Only the right hand is used while eating, symbolizing cleanliness and respect, a principle linked to both cultural and religious values. The ritual of washing hands before and after meals is also very important, showcasing mindfulness. Have you ever eaten with your hands? Whether it was by accident, necessity, or a memorable experience, if you have, do leave a comment with the number 10. Every country has its signature dishes, and in Indonesia, nasi goreng or Indonesian fried rice is an iconic dish regarded as the national dish of the country. Known for its rich flavor, nasi goreng is a delicious dish made from fried rice, seasoned with a sweet soy sauce called kecap manis, and often includes seafood or vegetables. It is commonly topped with a fried egg. The enticing aroma of the fried rice, combined with traditional spices such as fried shallots, garlic, and chilies, creates a mouth-watering experience. Typically, nasi goreng is served with cucumber and tomato on the side to enhance its flavor. You can find this dish everywhere in Indonesia, from street food stalls to high-end restaurants. Accompanying it is Indonesia's signature salad, gado-gado, which is a mixed vegetable salad served with a scrumptious peanut sauce, making it an excellent choice for vegetarians. The boiled vegetables like cabbage, green beans, and bean sprouts are complemented by tofu, hard-boiled eggs, and crispy shrimp crackers known as kerupuk. The savory peanut sauce enhances the natural flavors of the ingredients, providing a delightful culinary experience. Although these two dishes seem simple and familiar, their national flavors are utterly indescribable. when you are in this beautiful land. Are you curious about the friendliness and openness of the people in this archipelago? The answer is yes. Indonesians are well known for their warmth and hospitality, leaving a lasting impression on anyone who visits this vibrant place. Famous for their genuine smiles and approachable nature, Indonesians always strive to make others feel at home, whether through heartfelt greetings or sharing a meal together. Rooted in a strong sense of community, they practice gotong royong, a tradition of warmly welcoming guests. They place great importance on harmony and communication, often engaging in gentle conversations and steering clear of direct confrontations. Their food preferences, characterized by rich spices and a love for piquant sauces like sambal, showcase their zest for life. Meeting the people of Indonesia is akin to experiencing a beautiful tapestry of kindness, resilience, and vibrant culture that stays with you long after your travels have ended. Living in Indonesia provides an exhilarating experience at a relatively affordable cost of living, particularly when compared to many other nations. The cost of housing in Indonesia is quite reasonable. A one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs between $450 and $600 per month, while in the suburbs it is around $200 to $400 per month. This is remarkably lower than in the US, where the average rent for a similar apartment in the city center can soar to $1,500 to $2,000 per month. Utilities such as electricity, water, and internet are also quite budget-friendly, averaging around $70 per month for an 85 square meter apartment. A high-speed internet package with speeds of 60 megabits per second costs about $27. Dining out is another delight. A meal at a local eatery is around $1.90, and a 3-course meal for two at a mid-range restaurant costs just $16. In contrast, in the US, a casual meal typically costs about $15, while dining at a mid-range restaurant can set you back $60 to $80. In terms of transportation, public transport tickets cost just $26 for a one-way journey, while petrol prices hover around $230 per liter. Ride-hailing apps like Grab and Gojek offer convenient services at very reasonable rates. The expenses for entertainment and healthcare are notably lower as well. The average gym membership fee is approximately $2,000 per month. International movie tickets cost around $260, and dental services typically range from $1,600 to $12,000, which is quite affordable in comparison to the US. The overall monthly cost of living in Indonesia ranges from $45,000 to $50,000, depending on your lifestyle choices and location. Whereas in the US, this amount often goes beyond $1,65,000 to $240,000. With low costs while ensuring a good quality of life, Indonesia is an ideal destination for both professionals and travelers seeking to enjoy a balanced lifestyle without overspending. The visa application process for Indonesia is fairly simple. However, it requires you to prepare all necessary documents and follow the required procedures. Firstly, you should determine which type of visa aligns with your travel purpose. Whether it's for tourism, business, work, or long-term residency. To apply for a visa, you will need to gather some basic documents, including a passport valid for at least 6 months, a passport-sized photograph, a visa application form, and other supporting documents such as an invitation letter. Once your documents are in order, you need to submit them in person at the nearest Indonesian embassy or consulate, or through an online visa application service if one is available. The visa processing time usually takes between 3 to 7 working days, depending on the type of visa and your application specifics. If you are applying for a work, residence, or retirement visa, you may be required to provide additional documents to verify your employment or financial status. Also, do remember to check the visa requirements if you intend to stay long-term in Indonesia. It is advisable to prepare your documents at least 2 weeks in advance. Considering these costs, would you prefer to settle here? If yes, select number 1. If no, select number 0. Please share your response in the comments. We have come to the end of our travel documentary on Indonesia. Thank you for watching till the end. Do follow our channel and like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave your comments about this beautiful country. See you in the next video.